We live in a predatory universe, with every step becoming more immersed in the foaming maw of existence. Everyday life wishes to beat us into a corner. This atrocity happens consistently because our options get reduced to zero. The so-called powers that be use every opportunity at their disposal to enfeeble humanity. Thus, when the time comes to make empowered choices, the apathetic horde is unable to do so, as the responsibility inherent in free will is lacking to the bitter core. We've discussed how freedom of speech has been reduced to freedom of opinion. Now that everyone has a voice, the truth has grown silent.
Our duty as human beings is to question seemingly sporadic events, unknown personalities, and confusing situations, instead of letting such paradoxes blow by unnoticed. This being said, feel free to put the training in intuitive rationalism to the test. Apply the techniques discussed here to every walk of life. Compare the knowledge put forth here to other simulations. The first fact to be observed: intuitive rationalism is very much in the nascent point of development. Juxtaposed against the ball and chain of fossilized traditions, we are on the razor's edge of reality. We don't ask you to believe in a higher power, but show you ways to believe in yourself with dignified confidence. We don't ask for money or donations. True, the Art of Becoming is for sale. However, all the content from the articles and videos is available for free on our various pages in multiple formats.
The individual doesn't need to abandon any other belief system. In fact, we endorse learning whatever one can concerning other systems to not only be well-versed, but also creating a kind of mental armor so as not to fall prey to the ignorance and apathy of useless simulations. Intuitive rationalism rises from the ashes to confront doctrines already proven a failure given the current state of societal decay. What have we to lose? Our world has struck bottom. The only way forward is upward. We aim to be the driving force behind the upward swing at this pivotal point in history.
Now, since we've confronted some of the dominant issues causing disarray in our lives, we will identify solutions to aid our species maneuver beyond the mind shackles of cowardice and ignorance. We have dealt with issues of disconnection, distraction, other methods used by the ruling class, or other shifting puppets who wish the individual to remain in varying states of confusion at all times. Consistently creating solutions, adapting to friction against society, or in inward struggle of soul are not without adversity. Through duration of effort, we can rise to meet these challenges, though. Reflect for a moment. How often are you in the middle of a task when some unforeseen event causes disruption in the flow? Do you adjust to the event accordingly, then proceed in proper fashion? Or, like most of us, lose your cool, come unhinged by the thought, your train of progress being interrupted? We all operate within this spectrum, with very few focused and very many on the distracted side. By no means is embracing your fury in the proper manner a crime. The last thing we need are more supremely repressed individuals, unwilling to deal with their emotions until they can be unleashed on society. The problem confronted even with those who embrace their emotions, they cling to them as a life raft in the middle of the ocean. In some cases, becoming so extreme the effects can be seen in their visage. Same could be said about the society itself. Modern cultures are so dismally repressed, an all-encompassing shadow has been projected upon every facet of life.
path we travel, on all sides, we are surrounded, enveloped in the seething mass. The entity created by endless repression is the adversary we should unite against and overcome. In order to do so, counter strategies need placed in position to deal with the threat.
Certain martial arts demonstrate concurrent attack-defense techniques in small and large-scale conflicts. This approach has proven useful in countless occasions, so we integrate the methodology into our current simulation. We don't separate defense-attack, even in words, so the concept of synthesis is ever present. Unending lists of complications in reality are born from the primitive act of polarization. Good versus evil, us versus them, self versus other. Surely these are minimal examples of the plight we face. To defend, attack, we need to find the strength, confidence, and focus denied in our classical mainstream education. Some of us are strong where others are not. Many are confident where others lack. By working together, we can fill in the metaphysical gaps here mentioned, allowing us to evolve at a quickened pace. To attack, defend, we need to be vigilant toward any source that condones division. Be aware of individuals thrown into an isolated state, believing no one is there to listen. Ready to implode, explode, and find the means to bring them back to a balanced state. Above all else, stand guard against any corruptive mental simulations. For once we become weak, the true economy of this world, human creative destructive energy, will be stolen at every turn, leaving us hollow, burned out shells of what we could have been.